Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nato and Samantha Perry with you on just another picture-perfect Saturday afternoon. A little cut in the air this morning, and the weather is just perfect. Chamber of Commerce Day, if we will, and Ron Nicoletti will be out. I'll steal that one from him, but boy, it's not too hot. It's perfect, and it's it's the penultimate day before we pay out what could be an absolutely monstrous Rainbow Six tomorrow.
Well, you said it. We've got to get through 10 of them here today. Well, more specifically, the last 6. But tomorrow will be huge, and we'll keep reminding you about it. It's a great sequence. We've got a video out there. Pics are out there. It'll be really exciting tomorrow. There's only one Tapeta race in the sequence, some good turf racing. And today, front and center, good stuff as well.
Yeah, 650 in the estimated jackpot today. And on a 10-race card, there you can see it there. The carryover is already up over $500,000. If we up that by $100,000 or so today, and nobody hits it, obviously, and we're going to go way over 650 today. It'll probably be $750,000, I would assume. We're talking about a pool that I think it should be comfortably over 4.5 tomorrow. We'll see. That remains to be seen. Not an easy sequence today, and as I mentioned, Ronnie's got that ticket races 5 through 10 today, but we'll kick things off in about 54 minutes with the early pick 5. That pool will be, spend about $400,000 on these Saturdays. This is the second Saturday of the Royal Palm, so we'll see. But they were betting big last Saturday, and we'll take a look at my ticket now. This is a tight sequence for me, especially with a single in the opening leg of Painted Blue. I think is in a pretty darn good spot in the opening leg at what I would expect to be a short number. In race number 2, we'll go 4 deep in there. That's kind of the spread race. Sunday Song on top. That's the 9 in race 3. I'm down on the inside with the 1 Xenon. In race 4, I've got the 6 on top, and that is Bourbon Milk Punch. Couple of Kiki scratches, unfortunately, in that race. And in race number 5, I've got the single there with the 8, and that is Chloe's Toy. Just $12 for me. I filmed the video. It's out there on Twitter and our YouTube channel as well, for a little more in-depth talking about some of these picks. And as Samantha said, she and Ron did a rainbow for tomorrow, and that'll be out there too. We'll all have tickets and all that kind of good stuff. But let's get back into the opener here. We're 5 on the Tapeta and an $8,000 2L. These are 3-year-olds and up. It's a clean field of 7, and I'm chalking out here. Samantha, how about you? Where are you going in the opener?
I went with the 2.
Okay, Breezer
on top here. Breezer, look, I don't have the strongest opinion in this race, but I do like the fact that this horse is cutting back to the 5 furlongs, where at least he's got to win.
Hey, Breezer is a friend of mine. I've chased him the last 2 times, and I actually thought he ran much better than A, the running lines indicate, and B, the odds certainly indicate, because at 45 from 49 to 1. Here's the blunt truth, honesty about this race. Breezer was 45 to 1 and 49 to 1 in his last 2 starts. He's 5 to 1 on the morning line in here.
Yeah.
So
that's just the way this race is.
That's the way this race is. And that's why Painted Blue is 7 to 5 on the morning line, because his overall body of work and the fact that he's got Edgar Zayas is, it is better than this field. It's not much better, but it's better.
It is, and that says a lot about a field like this for sure. And hey, Painted Blue, if anything, is drawn to the outside of Breezer.
Yeah, exactly. And conversely, Frazan's down on the inside, and that's just not good after being marooned last time from the 12 hole.
Yeah, and almost that would have. I would rather you be in the 12 hole than in the 1 hole.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. And you just, I don't see a win on the page either.
No, that's not good.
A little problematic for me. Race number 2 kicks off the early pick 4. I'll tweet that ticket out because Samantha's on TT pick 3 duty a little bit later on today. We're going 6.5 on a fast main track. These are 12-5 maiden claimers, a clean field of 10. We're both on the same horse. I made Plex the morning line favorite at the last second. He is a 3-year-old. Sunday Song, it really is the horse to beat, though.
Yeah, I think so, too. And, this time of year, at least the 3-year-olds will be getting weight, significant weight, 125 versus 118. But Sunday Song, if anything, looks like he's finally showing some interest.
Yeah, I agree. He ran pretty well last time. Fatouche was a dropper for Team Mubarak. That was good. And Sunday Song was second. Fight Till Dawn was in the mix in that race as well. I think he's a little less trustworthy because at 42 to 1, we don't really know where that race came from. So Plex has got Paco, and that's the only reason he's favored in here because, like I said, and like Samantha said, he's a 3-year-old that is slow.
Yeah, he is. There's no other way to cut it. And we'll take a look at a stat for the Fernando Abreu barn. They pulled the blinkers off today, which I feel like is a good move here. I don't mind. I'm not a huge fan of blinkers off on, whatever. I prefer them to be off. But this is a pretty good stat here. Okay, I don't want, maybe not good compared to what you're seeing on the page from Fernando Abreu, but not a very big sample. But look at this in the money, 50% drop on the dirt in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and this is a horse that caught Lawler last time.
Yeah,
who
finally
was finally good, and he broke from the rail. First dirt start for a tag as well, so it's kind of the real first time he had a chance.
Right.
He coming out of the Jimmy Daly's and Pitkin and Disruptor race, so he's got no chance in there whatsoever.
Right.
So I would think Plex puts his best foot forward today. George is important down on the inside. He's kind of sort of consistent. He's got some speed. Great to see Danny and Donna get a win yesterday in the finale.
Yeah, congrats. You had that horse on top. Yeah, it's 2 days in a row this guy's had the finale winner, so pay attention to that. But yeah, a 3-year-old, but if anything, he's not a short horse.
Yeah, exactly. He's had plenty of drinks, that's for sure. Race 3, we're on the Tapeta at 5.5 here, 17.5. Claimer for the 3-year-old fillies. Scratch the 8, honor her. On the outside, we're both on the same horse, and that is Xenon, off the claim for Jen Young and Powder Pop.
Powder Pop just very crafty with their claims, and Jen Young as well. Solidaria that day was so good, and Solidaria I think would laugh at a field like this.
Yeah, she would be 3 to 5 in this
field.
So
for Antonio Sano, so she's kind of the next one. She's a 2-time winner in the field. There's only one other runner in this field that's a 2-time winner. I don't like the post, but she might just be better.
Going to have to work something out from there, to be sure. Morning line favorite is a 6, Edith for Safi, and she's never tried Tapeta. She's taken a huge class drop. Lynn's Milky's Ways ran well. She hit the wall at Keeneland, but she ran well, right?
She did. Lynn's Milky Way was was pretty tactical at Keeneland, coming back and running there, and then just got swept up on the outside. And I don't think speed was very good that day either. So Lynn's Milky Way would loop a field like this as well. But Edith will try the Tapeta for the first time. Will she like it? I don't know. There's not a lot of statistics on Roguish, just a new sire.
It's just a guess is what it is, but and it's a guess at a very underlaid price because she's going to be a strong favorite in here off that drop for Safi and Mika husband. Safi's getting Mika a lot of live
absolutely
mounts, to be sure. Nothing wrong with any limit, but she's got to get back to the win 2 back. I don't know what happened last time. I know she was in for 35, but
it wasn't that great.
I don't know.
No, it wasn't. And she's got speed, and there's a lot of speed in here. So
that's the other thing too, and I think that's going to flatter Xenon.
Yeah.
To be sure. Race number 4 kicks off the ever-popular middle pick 4. We're going to get on the turf for the first time today. It's a maiden special weight for 3-year-old fillies. 2 big scratches, unfortunately. Snitch Dorada was out, as is the 8 Dancing on Our Own, so that's kind of a bummer. We'll go to the battle with 5 of them here. We'll take a quick look. I've got this middle pick 4 ticket. Excuse me. It's spiced up a little bit, to be perfectly honest with you, at $8. I think the boys had to correct my math. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ron, as well. In race number 5, I've got the 8, but I added in the 5 Founders Day just to spice this up a little bit. Race 6, you can see, is the spread on the turf. I'm on the 3, and that's Brown Sugar. And in race 7, I've got the single of the 7, and that is my best bet of the day, New Diamond. I'm just going to keep riding this Victor Barboza train. That's $8 on this ever-popular middle pick 4. And did you have Snitch Dorada on top?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Wow, you're done with Me So Spicy. I love it. Vacoma's War, I guess you scratch into.
I do scratch into Vacoma's War. Yep. The cutback, I think, is so key here. I don't think Vacomas want to go past that 7 furlongs, honestly. I don't think so. I think that this horse is going to be much better sprinting, and we'll get to see it here today.
Yeah, Vacoma was the most precocious freshman sire of last year, and he did win the Bluegrass at 9 furlongs, but he made his real running at a mile at one turn, where he was world class. So I don't disagree with that at all. Good to see Guadalupe Preciado win a race the other day, too. This barn might be ticking over a little bit.
17% of Vacomas are with turf sprints.
Okay, well, there you go. That's a pretty good stat on a horse that never ran on the turf. I'm almost positive of. So that's good. Bourbon Milk Punch for me. I'm never picking Me So Spicy, so I always did have her on top. Bethany Bumgardner with the Glen Hill Homebred. We haven't seen her since the middle of September, when she definitely showed some promise last year.
Yeah, she did. And now this might be a bit sharp for a comeback race here. There was some speed shown at Aqueduct, which is good, so maybe she just has some natural ability. I just wonder about finishing it off.
So we're going to show you Me So Spicy. We're also going to show you Snitch Dorada. Just keep her in your memory. She's going to completely blow the turn. So there's a couple things going on here with Me So Spicy. You just, when you're, well, she's 3-1. This was a decent race, but she's 3-1. You're supposed to win from here.
You are.
She runs fourth. And here's the other thing that, to me, is a huge indictment on her. She's supposed to be in Lexington, Kentucky right now. I'm sorry. She's supposed to be at Keeneland.
Yeah.
They're bringing her up there with the A-team, and here she is. I know the race is here.
Yeah.
I get it. I want nothing to do with this horse.
Yeah, and last time out, she went like a tick slower too, so I thought maybe it didn't look like she was having to work so hard. They say she can be rated, but she hasn't been yet, so I don't know, but she just has nothing left in the tank. Now she's third start off a layoff. I don't know. This is a good post position here for her, but she can't see it through like that.
She doesn't win today, she'll never win.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, because she is loose in here like she always is, but there's nothing in here to press her.
No.
Early. Race number, no, we're going to take a break. Yeah. Then when we come back, we've got the six-pack for the Rainbow. So stay tuned on a beautiful Fast and Firm Saturday here at Gulfstream Park.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all three past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. Another picture-perfect Saturday afternoon. Mandatory Rainbow tomorrow. Front and center today, though. Ronnie's got this ticket. He'll be out here for the opener. $650 in the estimated jackpot today. I think it's going to be a big, big pool. Let's take a look at what Ronnie's got going. I think he's got this at up to 70. Yeah, 72. I was working on it with him in the office, the numbers here. And that's a big number for Ron. But I said, you know what? Throw it in there because this is a great day to get active in this thing.
Yeah, it is. And you can see there's no single. So his best bet must be earlier or that is out. Race 6, he's using a Restless Dreamer and Brown Sugar. Those were the two that I used as well here. I was just going to single Brown Sugar, but I don't know. I'm not 100. I don't know.
I kind of sense the trepidation, and I agree with you. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, good. We'll get into that race. We'll see. Race 7, 3 of them for him. It's on the dirt. Slew Diva, New Diamond, like you said, you like that horse a lot today. Race number 8, 7.5 on the grass course. Candy Gray, that's my top pick today, and Risk Threshold for Chad Brown. Race number 9, also congrats to Carl Spackler. The Spack Man, yeah, it was very, very impressive. Yep. Race 9, Catalytic, and Cardinal off the long layoff, and in the finale, woo, I hope he's got his long shot in here. He's got Benny the Waiter, Insubordination, Magic Pathway, the 11. He put in Ski Bum.
Wow, that's a huge draw.
It is.
It wouldn't shock me if Ski Bum is your favorite now.
I like it. $72 a play, and this is a good ticket, and I think that he's got some prices sprinkled in, and this could pay. This actually, it will pay. I'm not saying could. It will.
Buddy Integration was up there yesterday, too. Second in the Pegasus World Cup turf, just missed. And
Yeah.
Carl beat him like he was tied to a post.
Standing still.
Wow.
Yeah. He's got
Scary,
that going
scary
for him.
comeback, yeah.
Big hitter.
Big hitter, Carl Spackler. All right. Okay. We're on the Tapeta to kick it off at 5.5 here. It's a $10,000 claimer. We got the Phillies and Mares up 4 and up. The 7, what's going on is what's going out. 8, Chloe's Toy. We're going to show you the replay.
Yeah.
This is, I'll tell you what, if you want to have a real fun in the rainbow and you single her and just get crazy the rest of the way, she is the most likely winner here, right?
Yeah, well, she's my best bet
Okay,
today.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
There's sometimes you have to read between the lines with these Tapeta sprints, and hey, something can happen, but you just can't play defensively like that. She is the likeliest winner. There's no other way around it. And this is 2 starts back. The race was Steve Badu, and Victor Barboza bumped her up in a really tough race, which, hey, that's okay because she's got that class in her, but she just couldn't see it.
You're going to see her class right here because at no point was she ever ready.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And look at her. She gets her nose down. She's so game, and this is just how she is. They can put her anywhere in the race, too. That's what's so cool about her, Brian, is she can go on the lead. She can sit off. She was way further. I mean, she was a little bit further back than probably she wants to be in that replay, and she still wins.
And Founders Day's the 5 today. She got necked out, but that was 4 races ago for Founders Day. Now she's off the claim for De La Cerda. Mondo does a good job. But back to what Samantha said, Victor claimed her, Chloe's Toy, took her into a really tough spot last time. It didn't work out. She was in over her head. She's back with her friends today, and she's just better than this group. What a perfect post for Paco as well. I've got Founders Day in second. Let's talk about Noble Dreamer, the other one I put in the mix, but she's going to need some help up front, I think.
Absolutely, she will. She kind of just like jumped up at the start last time, and that wasn't very good for her. She used to have speed in the past, but she's lost it. I don't know if now that she's a 6-year-old, maybe she's got mama on her mind. I don't know, but it just does. I need to see it today.
Extra half furlong won't hurt her.
No, that's a good point.
I will say that. Let's go to race 6 now, where it's a maiden special weight on the turf at a mile and a 16th. I should have mentioned it earlier. The rails are at 24 feet. We've got a clean 8-pack here. Pick 5, late 5, and the TT pick 3. She's got them both. We'll throw it to you.
We'll look at the Tropical Turf pick 3 first here. I was going to single Brown Sugar, but I don't know if I trust her. And we'll get into it. Race number 8 a little bit later. I do have the 5 on top, Candy Gray, and in the finale. I have Benny the Waiter on top, but I'm using Magic Pathway and Insubordination as well. And then we'll look at my late pick 5 ticket here. I'm singling in race 9 with the number 4, and that is Catalytic. Look, this horse I think should have won in his last race for sure, but now we're cutting back. Race number 8. I'm using a bit more coverage in race 8 and in race number 7. I'm sorry, I'm working backwards, guys. The 6, 5 Eyes on Michelle. I get 5 Eyes on Michelle and 5 Eyes on Sky Stars confused, which that horse won. I get them confused sometimes.
Well, looked good yesterday. That is to be sure. $36 there in the late 5. Let's kick it off now. It's a tricky one. Maiden special weight. There's a lot of different ways you could go in here. We do land on the top pick, not with it sounds it'll speak for you. A lot of confidence, but here's Brown Sugar. First time for Cox, ran pretty well for Nacho Correas.
Yeah, so Resolute Racing, they have given a few horses to Nacho Correas, and this was one of them. After she's a half to Rombauer, so to me, sometimes I think, like, why are you on the turf in the first place? But she must not be able to run too well in the dirt. But
right, Rombauer, the Preakness winner.
Preakness winner. So there's that. But last time out, she was the best horse in the field, and she didn't get it done. She was wearing front wraps that day, too. And on the grass course, this was a mandatory Rainbow Six day, by the way, back in January. So I don't really like when they have front wraps on the grass. We'll see what happens today. But I will say Correas does put front wraps on almost everything. But now we go to the Brad Cox barn. But she's still a 3-year-old facing older.
Great point. Couple things going on here. Where have you been? That's one.
There's
How
been
many
plenty
races?
of races.
Plenty of races. Maybe could be at Keeneland as well.
Yeah.
So that's where we're saying maybe a little trepidation. The problem is, here's Restless Dreamer. She's going to run her 71. She's going to run her 14 on the Thoroughgrass. One day it'll be good enough and good for her. But she runs the same exact race every single time.
Yeah, that's fair. And I still feel like her race 2 starts back. She just never settled. She was super rank and just with Paco, just never could settle in. And then last time out, she still was a little keen.
Yep.
So maybe this inside post now, sometimes with these grass horses, when they get behind horses, they drop the bit and can relax. But I mean, what kind of speed do you have here? So she might just go.
Yeah. Counterintelligence coming over from Tampa for Chad Brown and Peter Brandt. We'll take a look at her. She was necked out last time from a bad post. Going to put the blinkers on today. We know these green colors of Peter so well. This was a solid effort, and the fact that she was at Tampa. If she was at Monmouth, that's one thing. The B team is not at Tampa, so I think that bodes well for her.
Yeah, definitely. But my concern with her, and I know she is going a mile and a 16th today, she needs every bit of ground to be able to get here. But she ran well. There you see her picking up ground. This was off a layoff, too, a pretty long one. So to go a mile and an 8 against a nice group like this at Tampa, the maiden special weight races on the grass, they're very tough. And she was running with each and every stride. The next jump she passed.
Yep.
This was a mile and an 8. I might be singing a different tune and just going like, let's single here.
Her stablemate we got to talk quickly about is the 7 Royalty Raid. Now, this is a firster for Chad.
Yep.
Seth Klarman, Klarvich Stable, Edgard. I can't say it enough, Mike. Just watch Edgard ride the turf course.
Amazing.
It's amazing. I don't know. It's a barn that just never, ever wins with first-time starters here.
Nope, not here, unfortunately. And this seems like a good spot to just get her legged up, and we'll probably see her at Saratoga in a month.
Dan was good. She was 3 for 11. She won over 200K. She won a Group 3 in Europe. So there's a little pedigree here, but it might be a little wait-and-see approach.
Right, yeah.
Race number 7, late pick 4 here. We're at 6 furlongs on a fast main track. These are fillies and mares 3 and up, which have never won 2. The tag is 12.5. We'll take a look at my late 4 ticket now. I'll single with my best bet, as I mentioned already, in New Diamond in this opening leg. Race 8 is my long shot. 2 scratches in there are going to hurt Golden Canary, the 4. In race number 9, we've got the 3 on top, Captain Danny. I'm looking forward to seeing him second off the layoff and switch to Barboza.
All right.
And in race 10, I am on the 8, Benny the Waiter. But as we mentioned, and as we will mention, and Ski Bum, the 11, is in, and he is a big player. That's $24. Let's get back here now. Where are you going in here? Because I'm starting with the chalk.
6.
All right, you're next door. 5 eyes on Michelle.
Yeah, a little bit of a layoff here, but a 4-year-old, that's good. The Katubia race, Katubia rattled off 2 wins in a row, was scratched last week, so we'll see where she ends up. Again, we can't really gauge that, but I like this post position, and hey, she tried winners last time, maybe a little bit too tough of a group here.
Yeah, she was in for a quarter.
Yeah, and now we're back.
Yeah. New Diamond for me, nothing clever here. This is Barboza off the claim. The 2 dirt races, 3 and 4 back, were just against way better.
Yeah.
For sure. She's got a good post, and she's got Paco.
She does, and I agree with all of that, and she's one that I used as well. First off the claim, just pay attention to this with Victor Barboza.
I want to show you Pop Rock.
Yeah.
She was good. This was Mike DiPaolo's 1,000th career victory. He was threatening, and at 19-1, she got it done. A horse that had no business being 19-1 because she had only run 1 time on the dirt against tons and tons better. Mike put the blinkers on here, and she was a different horse. And this was for the level, at least. It was actually a very, very fast race. And she's going to hold off this 4-5, the 2 horse.
It was a fast race, but it was a bad field. Does
that
make sense?
Sure.
I don't know what to do with this, because if our wins aren't luck, you're beating her. She's going to be one we're going to talk about all summer long. I can see it now that she just runs like this and doesn't win. This was a very gutsy effort by her. When you see her at 19-1, 71-1, could her what is it called, confidence be up now. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I still don't trust her.
That was her first start with blinkers. No, I don't trust her either. But, if you're thinking outside the box, you're playing the rainbow, she's a number in there. Maybe give her a look. Good one in race 8. We're on a firm turf course or rails at 24 feet. It's an optional claimer here for the fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. A couple of key scratches. De Regresso for, I don't know, about the 14th time she's out now. I don't know what's going on with her. Time Passage, not going to come back on a week's rest. She's out. That's the 8. Leaves us with a really good field of 8. I think I had about 4 different morning line favorites while I was trying to figure this dang race out, including one of them, yours, Candy Gray, who certainly isn't going to get hurt by the scratch of Time Passage. She might be loose now.
Yeah, and she's cutting back now to this 7.5 furlongs, which I think is huge. She just has been spread a little bit too thin, I think, and she always runs a really good race, but she just can't seem to close out these races. But now, with the cutback, like you said, she looks like she could be loose in here. As far as the half mile goes, she's loose. She's faster than anybody going a half.
Yeah, you're going to know within about 15 seconds if she's going to win or not, because if Rowtown is able to go with her, that's a big problem. If Rowtown is not able to go with her, you're in a great spot. My long shot, I don't know what we're getting with now with 2 big scratches from Golden Canary. I'm excited to see her route on the turf for the first time.
Yep.
It's a layoff. I get that. We'll show you some AM activity from her, and I'll let you talk about it. I think she has talent. Maybe now as a newly minted 4-year-old, maybe she can show it today. She's on the inside here.
She is, and I'm glad you showed this because we actually talked about this yesterday. One of her workmates the week prior to this is in at Keeneland today, Betty something in race 8, but she does everything very easy here and in hand. Now, Highly Potent is not that great, but Golden Canary and all of her morning activity just keeps galloping out and looks good. She's been working very consistently. I thought maybe she might need a race, but you make a good point because I'm looking at my notes from January last year whenever she was entered on the turf course going 2 turns and it was rained off to the Tapeta. Here's a prime example. She doesn't look like she liked the Tapeta at all, but she should love 2 turns finally on the grass.
So too. I think she's going to be closer because of that stretch. Freedom Speaks, a big dropper for Heather Small, and she's your morning line favorite. I have no idea what that means by post time. They do like to bet this barn, and she's a dropper. We'll see what we get from her. Inconsistent. I don't know about 2 turns either. Yeah. Race number 9 is a good one here. It's a mile on a fast main track. It's an optional claimer, 3-year-olds and up. It's a clean field of 7. Want to give a shout to Taylor Kinsley, 10-pound apprentice who will ride the 7 Princetown. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We got the exacta reverse. I'm sorry. I can't pick your horse. We'll show Catalytic.
That's fine.
Neck, head, and head losses in second the last 3 starts.
Yeah, but this was a move I felt like that was too early of a middle. I know.
It's a statement of fact. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It was going to go outside, then went inside. You don't want to be on the inside here. I don't think so, at least. And I think all throughout the championship meet, Brian, and then goes back outside again, by the way. So it's just when you get yourself in a spot like this, it's not ideal. And this was a fun stretch run to watch. It wasn't fun for me because I needed Catalytic like a bad thing here. But that was just a masterclass riding on the jock on McCallum. Was that Javier? I couldn't.
Yeah, he won by default. He didn't win. He won by default.
He won by default. Yeah.
The Thor's the one that made the big move. He paid the price late. Catalytic is the horse to beat. But I don't know. You just see that 3 times in a row now, and you're kind of like, I don't know. Yep. Captain Danny, no one knew what to make of him in his first start for Barboza, off a layoff in the U.S., off, cheap races in Peru. And I don't say that, I mean cheap money-wise in Peru.
Right.
There was a Group 1 in there. I thought he ran pretty well.
He did, and now he's second off a layoff. Oh, man, if you're in the paddock for this horse, wear sunglasses because the silks are all gold.
Okay.
I remember Misael walked by me when this horse ran, and I had to, close my eyes. They're so bright. But, yeah, these horses from Chile and honestly a lot of places in Europe and in South America, they need to start in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's just a different style.
Cardinal, 4 now. Haven't seen him
no.
since the Risen Star last February. That is almost 14 months. I have no idea what he's going to run, what he's going to do.
When 2023, he won on his left lead here. That's not really a good sign. He was tiring. He came back. I was completely against him again in that mile in his 16th race, and he still just change of command was just Shug McGahee that picked him up late, right? So he should have won that race. Change of command, I don't know how he got up in time for that one. There are no works on this horse online. I don't know if he's fit or not, so I can't. I'm going in blind with this race.
Yeah, and he won like the slowest maiden special weight we've ever run here.
Yeah, and I bet he's heavy too. He's a colt. I bet he's
She'll look at him in the walking ring and give you an idea. Race 10, the finale. Boy, it's not easy for all these horizontal players. The maiden special weight will stretch them out a little bit to 7.5. These 3-year-olds. Rails at 24. Scratch the 3, go win 1. The 12, 13, 14 are out. The big scratch in is Ski Bum, the 11. And okay, we can just talk about it. Let's bring the replay up now, guys, because actually Ski Bum is going to be the one necked out for the win here.
Yeah.
Benny the waiter for Pletcher and Rapoli is going to run on late off a race that he clearly needed.
Oh, absolutely. He was not 100% fit. Looking at him in the paddock that day, he had some time off between his Deauville race and then coming back here. And that was his first start in the USA, so it's never easy to do. He switched leads when he was supposed to. There's Ski Bum running on. Ski Bum did run really well here, but I just feel, and for a first-time starter, yes. But I think Benny the waiter's going to put in a much better effort today being fit.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. He's the horse that's supposed to move way forward. The post is terrible for Ski Bum as well. And Ski Bum was 14-1 that day. They'll bet him, no doubt. It wouldn't shock me if he's favored. Thank you, guys. Sprinter route on turf, Benny the waiter. I don't know when Ronnie pulled this because this is a barn that already won with this angle on Thursday.
Yep.
So this is probably 23 for 138, actually, because Ronnie's always ahead of the beam. They won with the nightcap. Another great ride by Edgard there. So just food for thought there and a fun finale. Let's get to the lightning round here before we send it upstairs. Mandatory. Hey, we're going to just keep reminding you because why wouldn't we when you're talking about a pool that could be in the $5 million range. That is tomorrow. Another 10-pack tomorrow. Race 5 through 10. Ronnie and Samantha filmed a video as well.
Yep, it's going to be a very exciting day. 4.5 million estimated in that pool. Of course, regardless what happens today, it is a must-go situation.
Yep. Starting to get serious for Kentucky Derby. First Saturday in May, and two of our heavy hitters, Tappan Street and Sovereignty, both breezed yesterday. And what'd you gather out of this? This would be the one work away from the big work?
Yes. That would be
right?
it. Yep. So this is actually my first time seeing this. I don't know who he's breezing with on the inside. It took him a while to get this work. Oh, Rapture. Okay. Rapture.
Rapture. Yeah.
Did he win first time out?
I don't know if he did.
I can't remember. He's a maiden. But look at Tappan Street on the outside. He's just dragging the rider. That's what you want to see. A 48 and change like this. This is exactly how you want to see a horse breeze, especially with just kind of like a tune-up work too. He wasn't doing anything too much. I mentioned this before the Florida Derby. He's one that I'll admit, and just like Burnham Square, I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, that I said play against this horse first time out, and he won. But I knew he was one that was going to need more time to get more mature. You could just see that in the way his style of running, and even in after his maiden breaker, the Holy Bull, he was still just immature, and he's still figuring it out. But I think that we're going to see a new horse come the first Saturday of May.
I think every day that ticks off the calendar, Tappan Street probably gets a little bit better, a little more mature.
Yep,
yeah, Sovereignty, the Fountain of Youth winner, ran well in defeat in the Curlin Florida Derby. He legged up two and
no breeze. On that
no
one,
breeze,
but he did breeze. Yeah.
Yeah, I said it yesterday. I like his pattern. I like that. I'm certainly not going to say he took a race off in the Curlin Florida Derby, but I feel like he's firing his best shot.
Yeah.
In the big one.
Yeah.
I wanted to remind everybody, put this in last minute, the TT Pick 3 is back today.
Yes.
Coast to Coast will return next week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Best bet for you?
It is Chloe's Toy for me.
Okay. I'm Barboza a little bit later.
You got a Barboza a few times
Yeah,
today.
race 7. How about your long shot?
It's out. It was Cincinnati, who wasn't going to
Okay.
be a real long shot.
And I'm Canary Street, 2 scratches in that race. I don't really know
Might be bet.
about that.
Yeah.
Might be bet a little bit. That's a fun turf race. That's it. We'll send it over to track announcer Pete Aiello for the scratches and changes. Ronnie and I for the opener back out here. We'll the 3 of us with you all day long. Thank you and best of luck.